The Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2025 World Series champions, and this Dodgers roster was loaded with talent for the 2025 season, but I started to think, how would this Dodgers team match up against other World Series champion teams? Well, today we're gonna find out, because I'm running a tournament in MLB The Show featuring every team's most recent World Series winning roster. So for example, we have teams like the 1983 Baltimore Orioles, the 2018 Boston Red Sox, the 2009 New York Yankees, so on and so forth. And I put them all in a 25-team bracket, and yes, it's 25 teams, not 30, because there are 5 franchises that have still never won a World Series, that being the Rays, Mariners, Brewers, Rockies, and Padres. Now, since it's a 25-team bracket, it's going to be a little bit uneven. There are going to be some teams with a first-round bye. So the way I set up the seeding for this bracket is as follows. Number 1 is the amount of games it took this team to win the World Series. So teams that won with a sweep will automatically be the highest seeds. Then it's the teams that won 4-1, then 4-2, then 4-3. Number 2 is going to be the run differential in the World Series. And number 3, if a team won in the same amount of games and had the same run differential, I went off regular season record. So with these parameters, the 1 seed for this tournament is actually going to be the 1989 Oakland A's, as they swept the Giants in their World Series and had a positive 18 run differential. And what's actually kind of funny is with these same parameters, the 2025 Dodgers are the last place seed because it took them 7 games to win the World Series and they had a -8 run differential in the World Series. Now, if you guys want to download this roster for yourself, just type in World Series or search for Cougs46. You should be able to find it pretty easily. I found a lot of these players available on the player vault and I just imported them into the roster. I created some of my own. Big shout out to a guy named R. Boone. He made this roster with some of the best teams from the 21st century, and this was a huge help, so major shout out to R. Boone. But I think it's time we get this tournament going, and we're going to start it off with this first round matchup between the 2011 Cardinals and the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks. Both teams who won their World Series with some heroic moments. We got Randy Johnson versus Albert Pujols. Let's get it started. We got a 3-2 count with 1 out and a guy on second for David Freese. And Randy gets the World Series MVP to strike out. Also, I'm pretty sure David Freese was number 23, so apologies if some numbers are wrong in this video. And Randy blows a fastball by Alan Craig. That run does not score. But Steve Finley will put a run across for the D-backs. And now Arizona is looking to add more with 2 guys on with Tony Womack at the plate. Oh, and he goes for the high 2-seam to leave him stranded. The Cardinals are in business again, though. They got a 1-out double from their 9-hitter, Nick Punto. Ooh, but Furcal is going to pop it up. They really need John Jay to extend this inning. Oh, that could have been bad. If he gets on, Albert steps up to the plate. St. Louis is in trouble. Chris Carpenter has 2 guys on with 2 out, and Luis Gonzalez at the plate, the hero in Game 7 of the 2001 World Series. And it's ball 4. The bases are going to be loaded. Huge spot in this game for Reggie Sanders. And now he's worked the count to full. And it's ball 4. Chris Carpenter walks in a run. And now it's another full count. No way he walks in another run. I mean, Chris Carpenter's losing it. Craig Counsell comes in to score. They're going to Zepchinski. He's got to get Durazo. And he can't hold up on a slider away. Still, the Diamondbacks added to their lead, and this Cardinals offense has not been able to figure out Randy yet. So things are not looking good for St. Louis. Still, though, barring no weird double plays, Albert is going to get a chance in this inning. Man, he was so far out in front. Well, here we go. Albert Pujols versus Randy Johnson. And Albert takes a walk. All right. That's the first walk of the game allowed for Randy, and now Matt Holliday is up as the tying run. And he pops it up. Randy is going to escape the jam. And this D-backs team is looking to add on now. 2 more guys on base. Reggie Sanders the other way. That is a 3-run home run. The 2001 D-backs have jumped out to a 6-0 lead in this game. And that is going to do it. Yachty grounds out to shortstop. The 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks take down the 2011 St. Louis Cardinals. Randy Johnson struck out 9 batters through 8 innings. And this Diamondbacks team moves on to the next round. And the next matchup on the bracket is going to be the 2023 Texas Rangers taking on the 1991 Minnesota Twins. This Rangers offense is nasty, but they're going to have to go against Jack Morris, the guy that threw a 10-inning complete game shutout in Game 7 of the World Series. But already in the first inning, Jack Morris is finding himself in some trouble. But he does get Garcia on a curveball away. And he also gets Mitch Garver on a curveball, this time in the dirt, and Jack Morris works out of an early first inning jam. Here we go, though. Minnesota's now threatening. 2 guys on for the 9-hitter, Greg Gagne. That's not going to do much. I doubt the CPU tries to run on Garcia's... He was safe? Did that throw not beat him by a mile? I mean, hey, whatever. It moves the guy to third. Now Dan Gladden is up, and that ball is hit well. The Twins are going to strike first. But now the Rangers are looking to strike in the bottom of the 4th. 2 on, 2 out for Nathaniel Lowe. And he strikes out on a fastball. And the bottom of this Twins order is doing a great job getting on for the top. Dan Gladden once again has 2 guys on base, but he's going to strike out. So we got to see what Chuck Knobloch can do. He strikes out on a fastball at his eyeballs. Big missed opportunity for Minnesota right there. Nathan Eovaldi has been allowing a lot of base runners. Here we go again with a fly ball to right field. I mean, this one I would expect the CPU to run on. And they didn't run on that one. I mean, that is, I think, Kent Herbeck is second base. I don't think he's got wheels. But that other one felt like a crazier decision than that. Shane Mack. That ball is smoked. It's not going to be caught. He's going to drive in probably 2 runs. We might be looking at a 3-0 Twins lead. He is safe at the plate. The Rangers have had opportunities. They just have not been able to bring anybody in. It's once again 2 guys on for Nathaniel Lowe. And that actually might bloop in there for a hit. Nice play. I definitely thought that was getting down, but that's the 3rd time this game they've left 2 guys stranded. Mitch Garver puts up a solo shot in the bottom of the 8th, though. And that knocks Jack Morris out of the game. Wow. Oh, my God. Jonah Heim walks. And I think for the 3rd time this game, Nathaniel Lowe steps up as the tying run. Will he come through this time? No, he will not. He's going to ground out to shortstop. The Twins hold on to their lead. And now here we go, man. Bottom 9, Rick Aguilera coming into the game, facing 8, 9, and 1. Josh Young with a solo shot. Can the Rangers pull this off? Leody Taveras strikes out. Semien, that ball is barreled. That's such a tough result. I mean, this is the matchup we want. Corey Seager, the World Series MVP, stepping up as the tying run with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Can he do it? He beats it. Oh, this would be such a choke job from the Twins. It's Evan Carter. He had such a good postseason for this team. And he's going to pop it up in foul territory. The Twins are going to escape with the win. Man, that got sketchy there at the end. But Jack Morris gets player of the game with 9 strikeouts through 7 2/3, only 1 earned run. Shane Mack came through with that huge double there in the 6th inning to drive in 2. And the 1991 Twins move on. Now, this next matchup I think is going to be a fun one. We have the most recent champion, the 2025 Dodgers, taking on the 2015 Kansas City Royals. This Dodgers team being a powerhouse with their huge payroll, winning back-to-back championships, going against the Kansas City Royals, who were 1 game away from having back-to-back championships on a significantly smaller payroll. This should be fun. There's Shohei Ohtani hitting a 2-run home run in the top of the 3rd, though. Andy Pages actually got a hit. He actually got on base for Ohtani. And so far, the Royals have only gotten 1 base runner against Yamamoto, which, I mean, is kind of fitting based off how Yoshi pitched in the World Series. 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. Yeah, once again, they just cannot get anybody on base. And now the Dodgers score again. And now in the 7th inning, Will Smith is up with 2 guys on base. He could blow this game wide open. but he's going to pop up. Alex Gordon is going to make the catch. The Royals are still in this game, but they've literally tallied only 1 hit through 6 innings against Yoshinobu. There they go. Ben Zobrist base it up the middle. But then Lorenzo Cain just grounds into a double play. I mean, Eric Hosmer did get a 2-out walk. But once again, it's going to be another ground out, and Yamamoto is going to be through 7. He is dealing. And then Will Smith is going to add another run. Teoscar Hernandez is going to add another run. I mean, dude, just get this over with for Royals fans everywhere. They don't want to see this. That's a perfect out right to shortstop. So, yep, the Dodgers came into this one with a chip on their shoulder, winning back-to-back titles and being the final seed in this bracket. They made a statement against this 2015 Royals team on the back of a complete game shutout from their World Series MVP. They are heading to the next round. Now, speaking of dominant pitching performances, our next matchup will feature the 2014 San Francisco Giants taking on the 2021 Atlanta Braves. This Giants team was, of course, carried by the legendary pitching performance of Madison Bumgarner, but he's going to have to go up against a pretty sick Atlanta Braves offense. Let's see who comes out on top. Well, Ozzy Albies gets things started in the bottom of the first with an RBI double to drive in Jorge Soler. And now Austin Riley drives in a run with a single. I mean, dude, they're still going. They've got 2 guys on for Adam Duvall. No way Madison Bumgarner falls apart like this. He's going to get the inning-ending double play. All right, it's only 2 runs. Well, I thought it was going to be an inning-ending double play. Okay, but he does get Travis d'Arnaud. 2 runs is not the end of the world. Maybe it is, dude. Austin Riley has another RBI. And now Eddie Rosario has an RBI. Sorry, we're missing all the action. I'm in the menu screen. I just can't believe Madison Bumgarner is getting torched like this. Is he going to get to third on that fly ball? He is. The Braves are 90 feet away from scoring another run. He should be able to get Jock Peterson, right? I can't believe what I'm witnessing, dude. There is a murder happening in Atlanta right now. Jock Peterson, 3-run lefty-lefty home run against one of the best postseason pitchers of all time. Meanwhile, the Giants haven't even recorded a hit against Max Fried. They did get back-to-back walks, however, to start this 5th inning, but they're going to need to score every base runner they get going forward if they want any chance of coming back in this one. Yep, that's not going to do it. And now Mike Morris is going for the fastball way up. Yep, they're not going to score any of those runs. I hate to say a game might be over by the 5th inning, but dude, there's not a lot of hope for this Giants team right now. And yep, the Giants are down to their last out, still 7-0 in this one. That's going to be a ground ball right to Freddie Freeman. The Braves convincingly beat the Giants. Madison Bumgarner, one of the best postseason pitchers ever, allows 7 earned in 2 1/3. That is crazy. But the Atlanta Braves will be moving on to the next round. This next matchup might be the most electric one of the first round. The 2019 Washington Nationals against the 2022 Houston Astros. The Nationals beat the Astros to win the 2019 World Series, so Houston is looking for revenge. This could be cinema. Trey Turner started this game with a double, and now there's 1 out for Anthony Rendon. The Angels fan in me just wants this guy to strike out. I want him to go 0 in this game. I'm sorry, Nats fans. Yeah, let's go. That's the only time you'll catch me with some bias in this one. And now it's a 3-2 count on Juan Soto. And of course he takes a walk. He's not swinging at that. No! What are they doing, bro? Trey Turner, that was so aggressive. You're already in scoring position with 2 outs. You can't make that out at third base. Oh, man, I really hope that doesn't come back to bite the Astros and bite the Nationals. Jose Altuve with a solo shot. Anthony Rendon, 2-run home run. I don't know how to feel about that. Regardless, it puts the Nats up 2-1. And now if they could sneak across another run right here with Victor Robles up, that would be huge. That's going to get up the middle. Is that going to be enough to score him? I think it probably will. Yeah, the Nationals are going to go up 3-1. The Astros are looking to answer back. They have Yordan Alvarez on second base, Bregman at the dish. Bregman is just going to stare at a fastball. Kyle Tucker the other way. No shot they send Jordan here, right? Yeah, I don't know about that move. I don't know if we should be sending Jordan in that spot. Juan Soto, he throws out Jordan at home plate and then comes up with an RBI double to drive in Anthony Rendon from first base. The Nationals are starting to pile on. And now Adam Eaton with an RBI double. Anthony Rendon with another RBI. It's 6-1 Washington. This Astros team is not going to go down easily. They're down 5, but they have 2 on for Yuli right now. And Yuli Gurriel puts up a great swing. That's going to get down. That's going to score 2 runs. Just like that, it's a 6-3 game. Max Scherzer has now been pulled. The Nationals better be careful right here. Trey Mancini whiffs on a cutter. What the hell is Chas McCormick swinging at? And no way Martin Maldonado is getting a hit. Yeah, I told you, no way. And here we go, man. Bottom 9. Kyle Tucker leading off. That's a fly out. Gurriel, that's a single. The Nationals are a double play from winning. Trey Mancini is just trying to get on base. It's 3-2. And Trey Mancini misses a fastball. It comes down to Chas McCormick. Oh, and we're going to keep playing. They're going to be bringing up the tying run here in the bottom of the 9th. No way they're leaving it Maldonado to hit. You have to pinch hit right here. Who do they have on their bench? They have Christian Vasquez, Diaz, Dubon. How do you not bring any of these guys in right now? Witchcraft! Martin Maldonado? The worst hitter on this offense? That did not just happen, bro. What am I watching? Now the Nationals are going to Tanner Rainey. Jose Altuve is at the plate. He had a leadoff home run in this game. And Altuve is going to draw a walk. That brings up the 2022 World Series MVP, Jeremy Pena. That actually could drop. Oh, Soto with a huge play at the wall. And for the first time in this bracket, we're going to extra innings. I told you guys this one could be cinema. Ooh, the Nationals don't score in the top of the 10th. Jordan is up. Bregman, he's out. Tucker, he's out. We play into the 11th. Trey Turner, leadoff double.
Ball 3.
He's safe this time. Actually, kind of surprised they're pitching to Anthony Rendon in this spot with first base open. It's a 3-1 count. I just don't see any reason why he gets anything close to the zone in this situation. Why would you not walk him? All right, well, bottom 11, Yuli Gurriel, he's out. Trey Mancini, he's out. The Nationals are once again 1 out away from winning with Chas McCormick at the plate. It's crazy to say you cannot let Martin Maldonado come up here. McCormick almost did it again.
3.
How? Huh? Well, hey, the Nationals just continue their dominance in Houston. They won all 4 games here in the World Series, and now they just win this game against the 2022 Astros. They just don't lose in Houston. Wild game, but the 2019 Nationals move on to the next round. We now get to move to the other side of the bracket for our next matchup. This one will feature the 1986 New York Mets taking on the 1948 Cleveland Indians. This Cleveland team is the oldest team on this bracket by far, and they're gonna have to take on one of the better teams of the past 50 years. Keith Hernandez was able to get a 2-out double here in the top of the first, which does set up Gary Carter for a chance to strike early. Ooh. Gary Carter hit that well. Actually, not as well as I thought. Cleveland got a leadoff double from Dale Mitchell, and now Larry Doby's at the plate against Dwight Gooden. Oh, Doby swings. He's throwing to first, but the runner moved to third. And now it's Cleveland's best player, Lou Boudreau. And Gooden gets him on a curveball. That kind of hung, too. That got a lot of plate. And Joe Gordon is going to pop it up. Both teams leave a runner stranded on second. Ali Clark, 2-run home run for the Indians in the bottom of the third. Gary Carter answers back with a solo shot. It's a one-run game. And now the Mets are looking to do some damage. 2-on-2 out for Howard Johnson. And that ball is a ground out to second base. They cut the deficit in half, but they're still trailing. And Wally Judnick with a solo home run to get that run right back for Cleveland. But the Mets once again find themselves in business. 2-on-1 out for Keith Hernandez. No, is that going to be a double play? It is. That's one of the guys the Mets want to have at the plate, and he does not come through. Meanwhile, Cleveland is looking to add another run. They just got a Larry Doby double, and now Boudreaux is up. And he takes a walk. Joe Gordon, base hit. Are they going to run on Darryl Strawberry? That's a good throw home. They're not going to run. It's going to be bases loaded. The Mets are making a pitching change, going to Randy Neiman, and he's going to have to face Ken Keltner with only one out. It's a full count. The Mets might get out of this. They might actually do it. The Mets survive that fifth inning jam. They are still right in this game. But Larry Doby with a solo shot with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Bob Lemon is still in this game, and they just have not been able to do much against him, man. And then Ken Keltner goes yard. It's 5-1 Cleveland. And it looks like Bob Lemon might be going for the CG. Oh, well, let's see. Yep, they're making a move. He could not quite secure the complete game, but still a hell of a start. And Darryl Strawberry, this might be 2. He might beat that out at first base. Yep. The Mets just don't have very many outs to play with. Although Danny Heap put up a good swing on that one. That ball's gone. This is only a 2-run ball game. Ooh, but Kevin Mitchell whiffs on the changeup. And for the final out, Cleveland's going to Satchel Paige. What a guy to be able to bring in with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Yeah, dude, Howard Johnson stood no chance there. The 1948 Cleveland Indians win the game. They did it with a dominant starting pitching performance from Bob Lemon, 9 strikeouts over 8 innings. And the oldest team on this bracket moves on to the next round. Our next game should be another good matchup. We have the 2016 Chicago Cubs taking on the 2009 New York Yankees. This Cubs team, of course, winning one of the best Game 7s of all time to secure their first championship since 1908 versus the Yankees team that secured the 27th World Series in franchise history. I know I sound like a broken record saying I'm excited for this matchup, but dude, it's the 16 Cubs versus the 09 Yankees. This is so sick. And the Cubs are looking to strike first as there's 2-on-2 out for Kyle Schwarber, a young Schwarber. Oh! Schwarber goes for that slider in the other batter's box. That was ball 4 as well. But Nick Swisher hits a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 2nd. The Yankees are up early, and now New York is looking to add on. Melky Cabrera, 2-on-2 out in the bottom of the 4th. And he gets hit by the pitch. That brings up Jeter. I mean, these are the moments Jeter thrives in, dude. He takes ball 4. Lester walks in another run. We're going to Mike Montgomery out of the pen. Got to face Johnny Damon now. Johnny Damon is going to ground out, but the Yankees are still feeling good with where they're at, up 3-0 after 4. Chicago does have a chance to get a run here. They got a 2-out double, but Dexter Fowler whiffs at the slider. CC is through 5. Jorge Posada with a solo shot now. Uh-oh, the Cubs better be careful, dude. 2-on-2 out for Matsui. Ooh, they get the 09 World Series MVP. I mean, dude, it's the top of the 9th. The Cubs have not scored a run. CC has been dominant. He's going for the complete game shutout, and he's at 115 pitches. He gets Anthony Rizzo on the outside changeup. Oh, but they're pulling him. 8 1/3. You gotta let him go. Well, Alfredo Aceves comes in and strikes out Zobrist. And Schwarber goes down swinging. Damn. The 09 Yankees shut out the 2016 Cubs. I was really hoping for a closer game in that one, but the Cubs just could not hit CC. 13 strikeouts, no earned, through 8 1/3. The Yankees move on to the next round. Next up, we finally get to see my 2002 Anaheim Angels taking on the 1993 Toronto Blue Jays. I know Blue Jays fans were hoping that this would be the 2025 Jays. Hey, but maybe for the Jays fans, this 93 team will go on a run in this bracket. The Angels are looking to get going, though. Scott Spezio has 2 on and 1 out in the second. And Spezio crushes that ball. That's over Joe Carter's head. The Angels are going to strike first. What a swing from the Game 6 hero. Come on, Benji. Add to this lead. That should score him from third. We'll take that RBI, Benji. Let's go, buddy. Sorry, it's the Angels. I get excited. Here come the Jays, though, dude. Ricky Henderson at the dish. And he takes ball 4. That's not good for my Halos. No, he beats it. I mean, dude, he hit that ball so hard. That probably should result in a run. Oh, God, dude. Paul Molitor, the World Series MVP of 93. I know everybody thinks it's Joe Carter because he hit the Game 7 walk-off home run, but Paul Molitor had like a 1,500 OPS in this World Series. But Jared Washburn gets him to hit it to third base, and the Angels escape the jam. A lot of game left in this one. The Halos could do something now after Troy Gloss just hit a double. Ooh, but Brad Fulmer misses a fastball down the middle. Well, it's Spezio again. Oh, and this time he whiffs. That was a perfect pitch from Juan Guzman. And the Jays are hot again. 2-1 for Tony Fernandez. And he's going to hit a ball hard to center. They're not going to go to third. Okay. Washburn still has to get Ed Sprague, and Ed is going to tie this game at 2. That lead was nice for the Halos while they had it. There's Paul Molitor. He is inevitable. Oh, and there's John Olerud in the bottom of the 6th. The Jays are now up 2. Oh, God, dude. Tony Fernandez hit a triple. John Lackey is fighting for his life out here, dude. No way. Pat Borders, I mean, wherever it goes, that's getting a run in. Oh, God, this is a meltdown from the Halos, dude. The Angels aren't dead yet, though. We got 2 on, nobody out for the top of the order in the 8th inning. No, Eckstein, you can't swing at that. Oh, don't tell me that's going to be a double play. Hey, Tim Salmon's got to be a hero right now, man. Hit it hard, just right to Alomar. Troy Gloss with a 2-run home run, though, in the top of the 9th. It's only a 2-run game. Can we get anybody else on? Fulmer, no. Spezio, no. And Benji lines out to third base. The Blue Jays win the game. I was hoping my Halos could at least get to the next round, but hey, the 93 Blue Jays, they were back-to-back champions. They put together a lot of offense in those middle innings. Hey, though, at least my Angels put up a fight, but the Blue Jays are moving on. And that just leaves the final matchup of the first round, which is going to be the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the 2003 Florida Marlins. This 1979 Pirates team pulled off an incredible World Series comeback. They were down 3-1 in the series, and they ultimately brought it back and won Game 7 on the road. But they're taking on this 2003 Marlins team, who were heavy underdogs and beat the Yankees in 6. We got Pittsburgh trying to strike first here against Josh Beckett. Ooh, nice pitch. What can Ed Ott do? Nothing. Josh Beckett looking good. And now the Marlins are trying to score. Derek Lee has a guy on second base. And he draws a 2-out walk. Big spot for Juan Encarnacion. He pops it up. Jim Bibby works through the jam. Both teams miss an opportunity to score in the second inning. The Marlins are right back with a guy in scoring position in the bottom of the 3rd. Pudge at the dish. And Pudge hits it hard into that big gap in Miami. That's going to put the Marlins on the board first. This is Pittsburgh's best chance yet. Willie Stargell, the World Series MVP, has 2 on. I mean, this is just a great matchup. World Series MVP versus World Series MVP.
That's ball 4.
How does Willie Stargell take that? That's insane. That was a ballsy take on a 3-2 count. Oh, 90 3-2 up top. He swings through it. Josh Beckett with ice in his veins. And now Pudge hits a 2-run home run. He's been all the offense for the Marlins in this one. And now Florida is looking to blow this game wide open, man. There's nobody out. There's 2 guys on for Mike Lowell. And that's another hit in this inning. They did not send the runner. It's bases loaded. And here's Derek Lee. No way this falls. No way. Oh, this is a nightmare inning for Pittsburgh. That's going to drive in 2 more runs. Hey, maybe they can count on the heroics of Willie Stargell one more time. Oh, if that's fair, that's down. Okay, Willie Stargell comes through. They've actually put up a run this time, and they could still keep going with 2 guys in scoring position now. But John Milner pops it up. This is not going to be deep at all. This is not enough to score the run unless the CPU gets crazy. They did get crazy. I didn't think that was deep enough at all, but Dave Parker did. But now it's the top of the 9th. The Pirates have 2 outs. They do have a guy on. They need to do whatever they can to extend this inning and get to the heart of their order. And that's going to be an easy play over at first base. The 2003 Florida Marlins beat the 1979 Pirates. Josh Beckett was good through 6 innings. Pudge came through with 3 RBIs, and the Marlins advanced to the next round. So that concludes all the matchups from the first round. We can now move on to round 2, and our first matchup in this one is going to let us finally see the 1989 A's as they're taking on the 2001 D-backs. And one thing I have not mentioned yet is that each team is going to be on a 3-man pitching rotation for this tournament. So that means the D-backs can't just throw Randy again yet. Luckily for them, it's not going to be as big of a deal, as they also have Curt Schilling, one of the best postseason pitchers of all time. And it just so happens that him and Randy won co-World Series MVP back in 2001. It does kind of suck that I can't put this game in the Oakland Coliseum because it's just not in the game anymore. So the 1989 A's are playing at Suter Health Park. And the D-backs already have 2 guys on against Dave Stewart, who was the World Series MVP for the A's in '89. But Luis Gonzalez is going to probably cash in one of those. That's a great swing. This is a really rough inning for Stewart. He can still get out of this with 1 pitch, though. Durazo, that should be plenty deep enough to get that run in from third. And just like that, the D-backs are up 2. And Dave Stewart allows his 3rd walk of the inning. I mean, dude, this has the potential to get really ugly really fast. But he gets Mark Grace looking. All right, hey, if you're Dave Stewart in the A's, only allowing 2 there is kind of a win. Oh, but dude, they just keep going. It's now 3-0 in the 3rd. And dude, now Luis Gonzalez has another 2 guys on. Oh my God, he just missed it. They had him played deep, but I think they're going to make that catch. Yep, the A's survived that inning, but they have still not gotten any offense. I mean, dude, it's the 7th inning, and the A's have gotten 2 hits this entire game. Curt Schilling is dominating. Everything is working. Dude, he's got 8 strikeouts through 7 innings. This is a Curt Schilling masterclass right now. There they go. A solo home run from Phillips. And now Weiss just took a walk. All of a sudden, Ricky Henderson is the tying run. No, Ricky, what are you doing? You cannot strike out on that pitch in that situation. That's so bad. They have 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup here in the 9th inning. Young Hun Kim is in for the save. This is kind of a tough play at third base. Long throw. Matt Williams. Bro just threw the ball all the way back to Oakland. And now it's Jose Canseco. That's not going to fall. Ooh. They're going to third? I guess they are. Dave Parker up now. Dave Parker with a base hit the other way. Lance Blankenship into pinch run. And now Dave Henderson could be the hero. Oh, he's running. Strike him out, throw him out. Whew, that was close. And now it's Mark McGwire up as the winning run. And Mark McGwire strikes out on the slider away. The D-backs survive and take out the 1 seed thanks to a dominant pitching performance from their co-World Series MVP. The D-backs move on to the quarterfinals. Moving on to our next matchup of the second round, we have the 1991 Twins taking on the 2025 Dodgers. We literally have a matchup of the 2 lowest seeds in this tournament. I doubt the 91 Twins thought they were getting a home game. Don't forget though, the Twins are not able to start Jack Morris in this game. They're gonna have to rely on Kevin Tapani. Minnesota does have a chance to strike first. They've got a runner on second and Kent Herbeck the other way. Are they gonna run on Enrique Hernandez? They probably should. Safe. The Twins are up 1. And Greg Gagne, the 9-hitter, hits a 2-run bomb off Snell. There's still a lot of game left. Mookie has a guy on second, and he strikes out. Yeah, he was not good in the 2025 World Series. It seems like his struggles are continuing. But here we go. Shohei is up representing the tying run. And Shohei whiffs at a curveball, make the throw. Kevin Tapani strikes out Ohtani to escape that 5th inning. The Twins add another. A double from Harper in the bottom of the 6th. And dude, we're in the 9th inning. Mookie Betts. Wow, they had him played perfectly. And Freddie Freeman can't get to the fastball. The Twins are 1 out away from knocking off the 2025 Dodgers. Teoscar Hernandez cannot hit the fastball down the middle. The 1991 Twins shut out the 2025 Dodgers, thanks to a complete game shutout from Kevin Tapani. The Minnesota Twins move on to the quarterfinals. In our next matchup, we will finally get to see the 1983 Baltimore Orioles, as they will be taking on the 2021 Atlanta Braves. Unfortunately, the Baltimore Memorial Stadium is not in MLB The Show, so we'll be using the 1983 Orioles in Camden Yards. Atlanta has a guy on second base for Adam Duvall. Oh, Duvall put a charge into it. Is it gonna leave? It's at the wall. It dies in front of the wall. If this was Camden like 4 years ago, that's a home run for Adam Duvall. Yeah, look at him. He knows it too. And Travis d'Arnaud gets under the curveball. The Braves do not take advantage of their chance to score early. Meanwhile, the Orioles have first and third for their World Series MVP, Rick Dempsey. And Rick Dempsey hits it well. And that ball is gone. He showed up in the 83 World Series. He's showing up now. That is a big time swing, and the Orioles are up 3. Dude, and now the Orioles are up 4. I'm not sleeping on this Braves offense, though. We saw what they did against Bumgarner in the last round. Wow, that's a perfect pitch from McGregor. 2021 Aussie is a tough bat to get out in that spot, too. Okay, Jorge Soler with a solo shot in the 5th. It gets the Braves on the board. But Rick, I mean, that's his second of the game. He's doing it all. And now Rick Dempsey has 2 more guys on base. Show me a 3-homer game from the World Series MVP. It's not a home run, but it's his 3rd hit. They got back-to-back strikeouts, so now it's down to Cal with 2 outs and the bases loaded. And Cal is going to cash in some extra insurance. I mean, this is just a blowout from the 1983 Orioles. I mean, the Braves are trying to do whatever they can to stay alive right here, but it might be too little too late. Well, they're going to score a run. One swing does make this really interesting. Oh, Jock just missed it. It comes down to Dansby. And Dansby hits it hard right to third base. That is going to do it. The 1983 Orioles easily beat the 2021 Braves. Rick Dempsey might be the best player of all time, and the Orioles advance to the quarterfinals. Our next matchup will be the 2019 Nationals going up against the 2018 Boston Red Sox. This Red Sox team is loaded. However, the Nationals do get the benefit of starting their World Series MVP Steven Strasburg as Max Scherzer pitched against the Astros in the first round. And right off the rip in this one, Anthony Rendon has a chance to drive in Trey Turner from second base. Wow, dude, what a pitch. Rendon, go back to the... Stop crying. And Soto pops it up. The leadoff hit from Trey Turner does nothing. Steven Strasburg has to face JD Martinez with 2 on and 1 out. Just blew a fastball by him. All right. Oh, Xander, that was loud. I don't think that's going to carry. Yeah, I'd be feeling the same way. That carried way more than I thought it would. The Red Sox are right back at it, though. They have bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 4th with Brock Holt at the plate. This is a huge spot in this game for Strasburg. He gets Brock Holt. Wow, that's a terrible strikeout. He could legitimately get out of this inning with Christian Vazquez at the plate. Oh, maybe not. That's a grand slam. Oh my goodness. 4 runs on 1 swing from Christian Vazquez off the 2019 World Series MVP. Christian Vazquez again? Dude, if you include the last game with the Orioles, that's 4 home runs from 2 catchers. I mean, hey man, the Nationals are trying to fight back. Rendon has 2 guys on base. And he strikes out on a fastball away. Soto, that's gonna be caught. Mookie makes the play. I hate to say it, man, but this one might be done. Howie Kendrick goes yard in the 9th inning to try to keep the Nationals alive. Zimmerman gets a hit. I mean, they've got a couple guys on here. I don't know. Maybe there is some magic, especially with the top of the order coming up. Maybe Victor Robles can do something. I mean, Christian Vazquez has 6 RBIs in this game. Anything can happen. Maybe not. It comes down to Trey Turner. And he's going to ground out to third base, and that will do it. Christian Vazquez just single-handedly took out the 2019 Nationals, and the 2018 Red Sox are going to the quarterfinals. Moving over to the other side of the bracket, we have the 1948 Guardians, fresh off their win against the Mets, taking on the 2005 White Sox. The White Sox, of course, swept the Houston Astros in the 05 World Series, giving them their first title in 88 years. And I mean, dude, they had the Pope on their side. He wasn't the Pope yet, but he was there. But hey, man, the Guardians have runners on the corners in the 1st inning. And Joe Gordon hits it well. That's going to be caught. It's going to be an out, but the Cleveland Indians are going to strike first. And now Cleveland is threatening again in the top of the 2nd. Ooh, nice pitch. And Dale Mitchell takes a walk. It's bases loaded for Allie Clark. Mark Burley is in trouble. Although he might be getting out of it. They missed the throw. Joe Creedy, how did you miss that? Will this be enough to score? I think it will be. That's Scott Podsednik in left field, I think. Yep. Cleveland's up 3. Well, hey, Joe Creedy can make up for his mistake in the field. And he's going to do it. That was also a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, so that should score both of those runners. Joe Creedy comes up huge. And now Juan Uribe could possibly tie the game, if not take the lead. Oh, but he swings and misses. That's okay, though. All the White Sox had to do was answer back with something in that inning. And would you look at that? In the next inning, they have 2 on, nobody out for the World Series MVP, Jermaine Dye. Oh, I thought he was going to go yard. He went back to the same pitch. And now Paul Konerko is going to ground into an... I can't even finish the sentence. Konerko and Dye both can't come through. And now it's bottom 6. It's the same score. Paul Konerko can redeem himself from the double play he hit into earlier. He has 2 more guys on base. Yikes, dude. It's only 1 out. The White Sox can still do this. Carl Everett can't get to the fastball. This is 9 strikeouts for Feller. White Sox fans need this, Aaron Rowand. Come on. He hits it well, but right to the left fielder. They leave more guys on base. I mean, hey, they got Bob Feller out of the game. They have 2 guys on again, but they have 2 outs in the 7th. And Iguchi hits a ground ball. This is actually kind of a tough play, but it's a great play at third. Cleveland just continues to get out of these jams. And now with 2 outs in the 9th inning, Joe Gordon is up with 2 guys on. This would be massive insurance for the Cleveland Indians. I think this is getting down. Aaron Rowand with a huge play at the wall. He possibly saves the White Sox in this one. They're going to Satchel Paige out of the pen again. Krasinski probably is not beating this out. That's a great play from Boudreaux. Joe Creedy can't get the changeup. It comes down to Juan Uribe. And he strikes out. Satchel Paige gets the save. The 1948 Cleveland Indians have won 2 games in this tournament. Bob Feller was incredible in this one with 10 strikeouts through 6 1/3. And the 1948 Indians are on to the quarterfinals. The next matchup is a potential revenge game as the 2009 Yankees are taking on the 2008 Phillies. The Phillies, of course, won the World Series in 2008, but they lost to the Yankees in 2009, so the Phillies are trying to get their revenge. And Jimmy Rollins starts it off with a leadoff home run against Andy Pettitte. And Jason Worth goes back-to-back. The Phillies are angry. The Yankees are looking to answer back, though. They have Robinson Cano up in a big spot. And he strikes out at a fastball way up. See if Nick Swisher can come through. Nick Swisher up the middle. That's gonna get 1 run in. The Yankees have answered back. Can they get more with Melky Cabrera at the plate? That ball's hit well. That's gonna get down. Melky Cabrera is gonna tie this game. Dude, I feel like this is about to be a bloodbath. Big opportunity for Carlos Ruiz here. Oh my God. That is the 3rd home run of the game already for the Phillies. They are crushing Andy Pettitte. Jason Worth has another one. This offense is crazy. It's now the bottom of the 4th. Andy Pettitte is out of the game. Phil Koch is in. By the way, his name is spelled with an X instead of a K. That's going to be another hit. That's going to be another run. This Phillies offense is relentless right now. But yeah, I had to use an X for Phil Koch because the name Koch was apparently inappropriate, according to MLB The Show. And here they go again, dude. Pat Burrell with an RBI single. I mean, dude, the Yankees might legitimately be done. They have scored 2 runs in 8 innings. They have Mark Teixeira leading off the 9th with a home run. Here's A-Rod. Back-to-back. They might have waited a little too late for this, though. Posada strikes out. Matsui, he grounds out. And Cano is going to ground out to third base. The Phillies beat the Yankees. They came into this game angry. They wanted revenge, and they got it. The Phillies advance to the quarterfinals. Our next matchup will see the 1984 Tigers face off with the 93 Blue Jays. And we'll be in Comerica for this one because Tiger Stadium, similar to Baltimore, similar to Oakland, are just not in the game. But Jack Morris will be on the mound for this one for the 2nd time in this video, for the 2nd team in this video. Could we possibly get a Jack Morris versus Jack Morris final? Well, the Tigers are trying to make that happen. Alan Trammell hit a triple. Kirk Gibson, fly ball to left field. Are they going to test Ricky's arm? I think they probably will. The Tigers are going to be up 1-0 early. The Blue Jays are ready to fight, though. They have 2 on for Pat Borders. Yeah, but Jack Morris is just too good. That's such a big-time strikeout. Johnny Grubb with a home run. It's 2-0 Detroit. Here's the Jays, though, looking to answer back. Roberto Alomar. That ball is easily down in the gap. That's going to tie this game. He's probably going to get a triple on this as well. Roberto Alomar comes up huge. Toronto needed that. There's Joe Carter. That ball is roped. That's easily going to get Roberto Alomar home from third. And just like that, the Blue Jays have the lead. Lance Parrish ties the game. This one's back and forth, man. But now the Blue Jays are looking to answer back again. They have a full count with 2 on to Alomar. He takes ball 4. That's going to be it for Jack Morris. They're going to Dave Rozema, and he's got a gargantuan task. Joe Carter, bases loaded, nobody out. Oh, he just barely missed a slam, but he is going to once again bring in a run for the Blue Jays. And they can still add more with John Olerud. Are they going to turn this? Oh my God, Alan Trammell, where are you throwing that ball? He's the World Series MVP from 1984 as well. That extends the inning for Paul Molitor, not to mention it drives in a run. They do strike out Molitor, so they dodged a bullet. But still, though, man, there's been a lot of action in this game. This is fun. Roberto Alomar, he goes yard. He now has a home run and a triple. And now it is the bottom of the ninth. The Tigers only have 3 outs to work with. Kirk Gibson is out. Lance Parrish is out. Darrell Evans is their last hope. And he hits it well, but right to Tony Fernandez. The 93 Blue Jays beat the 84 Tigers. That was a fun game in those middle innings, man. They were going back and forth. Pat Hentgen came through with a big start for the Jays. And of course, Alomar with his 3 RBIs. Those performances propel the Blue Jays to the quarterfinals. And now that sets up our final matchup of the second round. We have the 2003 Marlins taking on the 1990 Cincinnati Reds. This Reds team dominated the A's with a sweep in the 1990 World Series, and now they're looking to fight off these 03 Marlins. But Jose Rijo has already allowed 2 base runners in the first inning, and Pudge is at the plate. We saw what he did against the Pirates. They're going to test him. Wow. Juan Pierre thrown out at third base. What a throw from Eric Davis. That completely changes this first inning. And he gets Miguel Cabrera. Yeah, Juan Pierre's got to be pissed after that one. But Mike Lowell steps up in the second inning and hits a home run off Rijo. So the Marlins strike first. And now Luis Castillo adds a run. Damn, they're getting after Jose Rijo. He was the MVP of the 1990 World Series. But now Cincinnati has their best chance to score yet with Eric Davis at the plate. He's already made an impact with his arm. Now he's trying to do it with the bat. He takes ball 4. It's going to be bases loaded. And we've got Hal Morris stepping up. Hal Morris strikes out. Brad Penny is now 1 out away. It's up to Chris Sabo. He hits that well. That might be a catch, though. Oh, that was a barrel. Tough break for the Reds. Huge break for the Marlins. And Jeff Conine hits a solo shot. That adds to the Marlins' lead. Then Mike Lowell hits a double. Jose Rijo's out of the game. I mean, look at this Marlins team, dude. They are coming through in so many of their opportunities. Chris Sabo once again steps up with 2 guys on. There's 2 outs, and the Reds just can't afford to miss another chance. I mean, that's just a fastball by him. Brad Penny's feeling it. Okay, Eric Davis hits a 2-run home run. That cuts the deficit in half. We got a ball game here. Hal Morris single. I know it feels like we're only watching Chris Sabo ABs, but it feels like he's coming up in all the spots. He strikes out, though. Glenn Braggs is the tying run here in the bottom of the 8th. And he strikes out looking. Can the Marlins get any insurance? They have a guy on second. Gonzalez, he's out. Here we go, man. Bottom 9. Oliver is out. Duncan is out. Barry Larkin needs to keep this Reds team alive. I mean, this could be trouble. That's a hell of a play at shortstop. The 2003 Marlins win again. The 1990 Reds were the 2 seed in this bracket. But this Marlins team does not care about being the underdog. They move on to the quarterfinals. And now we officially are moving to the quarterfinals of the bracket. And our first quarterfinal matchup will be the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the 1991 Minnesota Twins. Both of these teams have used their 2 best starting pitchers already, so we could see some good action in this one. And here in the top of the second, Brian Harper just hit a triple with 2 outs, which gives Shane Mack an opportunity, but he's gonna strike out on a slider from Miguel Batista. And now the D-backs are looking to score. They got Tony Womack on second base, Craig Counsell at the plate. Up the middle. Oh, Scott Erickson makes a nice play. We got no score through 3. And dude, we're all the way into the 7th inning now. We are still scoreless. This is the best opportunity anybody has had since earlier in the game. Chili Davis base it the other way. Is that going to be enough to get the run in? It will not. Either way, the Twins are in business here. Brian Harper did hit a triple earlier. And now he's going to wear one off the leg. That's going to do it for Miguel Batista. They're going to Mike Morgan out of the pen. Could that be an inning-ending double play? It is. How do the Twins not score there, man? It's the bottom of the 8th now. Matt Williams up. He's out. Grace is out. Damian Miller gets a 2-out hit. Tony Womack strikes out. We're going to the 9th, still scoreless. Herbie Puckett starts it off with a single. There it is. Kent Herbeck RBI double. And the Twins are trying to add more here in the 9th inning. Shane Mack up with a couple guys on again. He's facing Bobby Witt. No way he did it again. Oh, Shane Mack is having an awful day at the plate. But hey, man, it's the bottom of the 9th. 1-0 lead for the Twins. They're going to their closer, Rick Aguilera. Craig Counsell. Oh, that would have been a crazy way to start the inning. And now he's going to strike out. He got tied up on a slider in. Luis Gonzalez is the guy they want at the plate, though. Wow, they had him played perfectly. That's out number 2. It all comes down to Reggie Sanders. And he's going to ground out to second base. The 1991 Twins shut out the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks. Honestly, good pitching on both sides. The Kent Herbeck double in the top of the 9th ended up being the difference. And the 1991 Twins are on to the semifinals. And that brings us to our next quarterfinals matchup. We have the 1983 Orioles against the 2018 Red Sox. The Orioles are coming out of the gates hot, 1st and 3rd for Eddie Murray in the 1st inning. And Eddie Murray is going to hit into a double play. Oh, JD Martinez, RBI double to drive in Benintendi. The Red Sox strike first. And Xander Bogaerts is going to send one down the line. That's going to extend this Red Sox lead. It's 2-0. And Brock Holt is going to do the same thing. He punches a double down into the corner. So many doubles in this inning. Oh, God, the Orioles better be careful, dude. Christian Vasquez is now up with 2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. Can that get down? It's not going to get down. I mean, hey, the Orioles haven't done much offensively, but this game is still within reach. And hey, right as I say that, Cal Ripken Jr. gets a single and steals second to start off the 7th inning. That's a perfect swing from Eddie Murray. How did that just die like that? That was a perfect swing that was hit only 91 off the bat. What? Ken Singleton? Okay. Hey, that does the job. That brings up Gary Renicky as the tying run. Oh, he's way out in front on that sinker. Maybe Rich Dower can come through. Nope. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for David Price. The Orioles, once again, miss an opportunity to get runs across. And that takes us to the 9th inning. Craig Kimbrell is in for the save. Dan Ford at the plate. He's out. Cal Ripken Jr., he's out. The Red Sox are 1 out away from beating the 1983 Orioles. Eddie Murray does take a 2-out walk, though, so it gives Ken Singleton a chance. Oh, that ball is hit extremely well. Is that gone? That is gone. 2-run home run from Ken Singleton makes it just a 1-run game with 2 outs in the 9th. It's Gary Renicky at the plate again. And Gary gets a base hit through the left side. Can Rich Dower do it? He cannot. That ball's going to be caught by Jackie Bradley Jr. The Red Sox survive that 9th inning comeback. David Price really did put the team on his back. 8 shutout innings in this one. And the 2018 Boston Red Sox are headed to the semifinals. Our next quarterfinal matchup takes us back to Philadelphia as the 1948 Indians look to continue winning, but this time against the 08 Phillies. The Phillies are finding themselves in a little bit of trouble in the 1st inning. Wow. Ken Keltner. What was Carlos Ruiz doing? He just ran past the ball. What was this? Look at him. He's looking directly at the ball. I mean, this has to be a Larry Doby grand slam here, right? Never mind. Jamie Moyer gets out of it, but he threw almost 40 pitches in the top of the 1st. Oh, the Phillies are picking up right where they left off. A 2-out RBI double from Ryan Howard. And now they're trying to add more. Runners on the corners for Pedro Feliz. Oh, he swings under a high fastball. So this game remains just 1-0 through 4. Jason Worth, another home run. What is that? His third of the tournament so far? And then Ryan Howard hits a 2-run home run. This Phillies team is dangerous. Somehow Jamie Moyer is still in this game after that 40-pitch first inning. Joe Gordon with a base hit here. Is that going to score a run? No, it's just going to be bases loaded. 3-2 count. Beautiful cutter. Larry Doby had bases loaded earlier. He did not come through. And it looks like he's not going to come through this time either. Oh, they didn't put the tag on him because Ryan Howard stepped on first. Well, that gets a run in for Cleveland. Surprised Jamie Moyer is staying in this game. Eddie Robinson, that's a perfect swing. Brutal out for the Cleveland Indians. Carlos Ruiz gets that run right back, though. I'm telling you, man, if I had to put money on it, I feel like I would pick this Phillies team. They are putting up insane offensive numbers in the first 2 games of this tournament for them. And now there's 2 outs in the 9th inning. The Phillies are 1 out away, and it looks like they're going to get it on a ground ball to Jimmy Rollins. He'll throw to Ryan Howard. The 2008 Phillies look like the team to beat right now. They knock out the 1948 Cleveland Indians, and they move on to the semifinals. And now we just have one more quarterfinal matchup. This one's between the 93 Blue Jays and the 03 Marlins. Both of these teams have put up some pretty good wins, but only one team can move on. Roberto Alomar has an RBI chance. Gonna hit it to the right side. That'll move him to third, which brings up Tony Fernandez. Tony Fernandez. Ooh, a line out to Miguel Cabrera in left. That runner is left stranded. And now it's the Marlins' turn. Trying to play to run. John Olerud misplays it. Is that going to be enough to score the run? No, they're going to keep him at first and third. Jeff Conine. That's going to be a double play to end the inning, isn't it? Wow. That was a dangerous situation for Toronto, but they got out of it. But they find themselves in some trouble again as the Marlins have guys on first and third with 1 out. Nice pitch. Filthy slider from Dave Stewart. Wow. What a perfect splitter from Dave Stewart. Those were 2 incredible pitches to strike out those last 2 hitters. And now the Blue Jays are looking to plate the first run of the game as it's bases loaded, only 1 out for Devin White. No way. No way.
He's out.
He's safe. Just barely. Dontrell is not out of the woods yet. Wow. Paul Molitor cannot get the fastball over the middle. Dontrell is pumped. Still, though, Toronto took the lead in that inning. Oh, my God. A 2-run home run from Derek Lee. Florida is on top. And now in the 9th inning, these could be massive insurance runs for the Florida Marlins. Okay, I mean, it keeps it in the infield. It's going to be bases loaded. And Juan Pierre is going to be a tough guy to double up. So you need a strikeout or a pop-up in the infield, something like that. It's a 3-2 count. You cannot walk him. Wow, perfect pitch. Luis Castillo up now. That is going to be an easy enough play for Roberto Alomar. It is a 1-run game going to the bottom of the 9th. 3 good hitters are coming up for Toronto. How do you miss that? They got to rely on Roberto Alomar again. And he's going to ground out right to first base. It falls in the hands of Tony Fernandez. And he strikes out on a sinker. The 03 Marlins win again. Oh, the Blue Jays were right there, man. They had chances. The only run the Blue Jays scored was them beating out a double play with the bases loaded. But Derek Lee came up with that big 2-run home run in the 7th. The Florida Marlins are heading to the semifinals. And with that, we have our final 4 teams. The 1991 Minnesota Twins, the 2018 Boston Red Sox, the 2008 Philadelphia Phillies, and the 2003 Florida Marlins. Let's go ahead and start with the Twins versus the Red Sox. Jack Morris is back on the mound for the Twins. The Red Sox do have a guy on second with 1 out here. Ooh, Brock Holt down swinging. and Christian Vasquez swings and misses. This is exactly who the Twins want on the mound for this game. And now Minnesota has a chance to score against Porcello. Oh, Chuck Knobloch, what are we doing? What is that? Still, though, they're in a good spot in their order. Kirby Puckett up now. Did this stay fair? He almost got it around the pesky pole. But he's going to end up grounding out to second base. Oh, Steve Pearce, double. That scores Mookie. Minnesota does have 2 on, 2 out in the fourth. And Mike Pagliarulo is just going to stare at strike 3. Another missed opportunity for the Twins. Maybe this time they'll come through. There's only 1 out. How did Kirby Puckett even make contact with that pitch? That's insane. If the Red Sox turn around and score here, that's going to be devastating for the Twins. Steve Pearce, the World Series MVP, is 2 for 2. Oh, but this time he's down on strikes. This Red Sox lineup doesn't get any easier, though. JD Martinez is up now. He hit that hard. Oh, my God. What a snag at third base. And that's a great throw across the diamond. Still just a 1-run game through 5. But it has remained a 1-run game as we enter the 9th inning. Neither team has really put up a big opportunity to score. Kent Herbeck, you gotta swing the bat. I know that's a tough curveball on the outside part from Kimbrel, but you gotta offer at it. We'll count on Chili Davis. Chili, the other way. It's gone! A 1-out solo home run off Craig Kimbrel. This game is tied. Unbelievable. Now Brian Harper's up. Shane Mack, he's out. Can the Red Sox walk this off? Xander Bogaerts. Ooh, nice play at first. Eduardo Nunez, he strikes out. Brock Holt is popping it up. This game is going to extras. 10th inning. Started off with a strikeout, a ground out. Dan Gladden solo home run. Are the Twins gonna do it? Chuck Knobloch, single. Kirby Puckett, walk. Kent Herbeck could do some damage right here, too. He swings at a ball. The Twins are gonna take a 1-run lead into the bottom of the 10th. And Rick Aguilera will have to face 8, 9, and 1. Christian Vasquez misses the curveball. Wow, that is a dot. This comes down to Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts looks at strike 3. The Minnesota Twins pull off the comeback. They were down in the 9th inning. They got that game-tying home run from Chili Davis. Dan Gladden with the go-ahead home run in extra innings. Rick Aguilera nails out of the pen. The 2018 Red Sox choked. The 91 Twins are headed to the championship. And now we have to find out who their opponent will be. We have the semifinal matchup between the 2008 Phillies and the 2003 Marlins. Both teams have played well. Both teams have had great victories in this tournament. It's time to find out who's going to the finals. Pudge, 2-run shot. The Marlins want that championship berth. They're not done yet either. They have 2 more guys on base in the 2nd inning. Oh, Juan Pierre misses a slurve. That's a pretty big jam to escape for Joe Blanton. And there you go. Jimmy Rollins, solo home run. The Phillies are not going to go down easy. And now Ryan Howard has 2 base runners. Ryan Howard hits that well, but right to the center fielder. They should be able to advance to third, though. Oh, they're not going to? Really? That kind of feels like a missed opportunity. Now it's 3-2, 2 out. The runners are moving. And Pat Burrell can't get the curveball. But now the Marlins are ready to answer back. Derek Lee at the plate, 2 on. Don't forget, he hit that big home run against the Blue Jays in the last round, so he could do damage. Oh, what is that? Maybe Juan Encarnacion can come through. Ooh, Encarnacion, that'll get a run home. The Marlins will gladly take that. Back to a 2-run lead. Juan Encarnacion with another RBI. He drives in Jeff Conine from second base. If there's one thing about this Phillies team, though, they can pop off at any point. 2 on, nobody out for Carlos Ruiz. And that's a base hit to the right side. That's going to be bases loaded. And Jimmy Rollins already has a home run in this one. He's been their only run. And he walks Jimmy Rollins. That's a run for Philly. A sinker. Jason Worth strikes out. The Marlins are now just one pitch away from escaping, but Chase Utley and Ryan Howard are the next two hitters. Chase Utley, that ball's hit well. It's not going to leave, I don't think. Damn, that just kept going. Regardless, it's going to cut the deficit to just one. The Philly fans are on their feet. Ryan Howard strikes out on a fastball. The Marlins hold on to their lead. This has been a great game. Bottom 8 now. Shane Victorino double. Ooh. Okay, it should get the guy to third base, I think. No, they're not going to go. Man, I feel like the CPU this game has been very cautious on advancing. But now he's stealing third. I feel like that could have happened a little bit easier, but hey, the runner's 90 feet away for Pedro Feliz. But he's going to strike out anyway. We head to the 9th inning. Juan Pierre is out. Castillo is out. Pudge is out. Chad Fox in for the Marlins. It's 9-1-2 for the Phillies in a one-run game. This is fun. Carlos Ruiz, strike 3. Can Jimmy come through again? He draws a walk. The tying run is on base. He threw it.
Yes, you're out.
I need to know if I just saw what I think I just saw. Did this ball just bounce off the face of the first base coach? It's off his leg. Off of the leg of the first base coach. It stops the ball. Jimmy Rollins thinks it went to the wall, and they get an easy out at second base. No way this is how the Phillies lose. Wow, Jason Worth just took that pitch on 3-2. All right, hey, they're still alive. They have the right guy at the plate. Jason Worth is trying to take second.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
I understand trying to get into scoring position, but how do you take the bat out of Chase Utley's hand in that situation? I cannot believe that 9th inning really just happened for Philly. Hey, the Marlins, they found a way to get it done. They are moving on to the championship. We have made it to the end. Our final 2 teams are the 1991 Twins and the 2003 Florida Marlins. This has been a wild tournament for both of them, and it's time to find out who will be the champion of all the World Series champions. Here comes Minnesota early, 1st and 3rd for Kirby Puckett. Kirby pops it up on the infield. Oh, that's bad. That's like the one thing he couldn't do. And now Kent Herbeck strikes out. I mean, dude, there's no way Minnesota doesn't score here, right? Chili Davis, there he is, man. He drives in the first run of the game. He was the hero in the 9th inning against the Red Sox. And the Twins aren't done yet. Brian Harper still has a chance. And he pops it up. Okay, only 1 run. And now the Marlins have 2 guys on. Pudge at the dish with nobody out. The Marlins are about to do the same thing the Twins did, except the Twins actually scored with 2 outs. Can Miguel Cabrera drive in the run? I think he might have. That's off the wall. Very similar first innings for both of these teams. And now the Twins are threatening. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Greg Gagne, that ball is going to drop. That's going to plate both of those runs. I mean, damn, we're seeing some offense early. Dan Gladden. Oh, Brad Penny, you got to make a play, dude. You can't let him get on base. Oh, my God. Oh, Chuck Knobloch, fly out to center. But they run on this one. Bro, I swear, the CPU has no consistency on when they choose to run and stay at second base. Ooh, Kirby Puckett, bad strikeout. Kent Herbeck. Oh, you got to make that play at second. Wow, that was bang bang at second. That was really close. Derek Lee, 2-run home run. We're tied. What is going on in the first 2 innings of this game? Both of these teams want this championship so bad. The Twins are ready to answer back again, though. There's a guy on third with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Pagliarulo. Mike Lowell with a huge catch. That saves a run. And now Florida's trying to turn that into some offense here in the bottom of the 4th. That ball is smoked. That's a 2-run double for Alex Gonzalez. The Marlins are up 2. Bro, this championship has been electric so far. Kevin Tapani threw one of the best games of the tournament against the Dodgers and is now struggling against the Marlins. There's 2 guys on. That's going to do it for him. This is a tough double play. They might not do this. Nope. The inning continues. Ooh, that's a great pitch on Pudge. Mark Guthrie stops the bleeding, but the damage was done for the Marlins. They're up 2. Brad Penny has allowed quite a few base runners, though, so this is so far from over. Boom, right as I say that. Brian Harper, RBI double. It's a 1-run game. We're tied. Shane Mack with a double. This is exactly what I wanted this championship to be. Just a back-and-forth bloodbath between these 2 teams. Juan Pierre now up with 2 on. And he hits a base hit up the middle. Kirby Puckett fielded it. He's throwing home. That's another run for the Marlins. It's 8-5. Top 8. Craig Gagne strikes out. Dan Gladden grounds out. Chuck Knobloch grounds out. Can the Marlins get any insurance here in the bottom of the 8th? Pudge walks. Fielder's choice. Line out. Mike Lowell walks. Here's Derek Lee. He walks. Base is loaded for Encarnacion with 2 outs. That's it. That's the tournament. Juan Encarnacion just called game. A grand slam in the bottom of the 8th. And now they're just 1 out away from securing the championship in this tournament. Brian Harper, that ball is hit to third base. Mike Lowell with a web gem to end it. The Florida Marlins are your champions of the World Series tournament. They were the underdogs in 2003. They were not one of the top seeds in this tournament, but they beat the 1979 Pirates. They beat the 1990 Reds. They took out the 1993 Toronto Blue Jays. They beat one of the best teams in the tournament, the 2008 Phillies. And of course, in the biggest game of the tournament, they put up the most runs we have seen in this tournament, and they are your champions. Let me know what type of tournament you guys want to see next.